in the adult and pediatric ventilators, the volume used to be the variable that ended the inspiration. Once you reach the volume, it cuts off. Coming to the modes, I mean, most of us use assist control or patient triggered ventilation. It's the same name, SIPPV for Drager. So it's all these names reflect the same mode. Every breath of the baby that the flow sensor detects is supported with the PIP. The PEEP, of course, is continuing in the background. So the PIP is reached for every breath that the ventilator triggers. So where you have a risk of excessive fast breathing, this is not the ideal mode. So if the baby is either breathing too fast or there is auto triggering due to whatever reason, you may need to consider switching, or you need to change the flow threshold, the trigger threshold. The I time is fixed by the physician in this case, and the backup rate is set only as a backup if the baby doesn't breathe in between. But making the changes to the backup rate doesn't change your ventilation usually. So if you have a CO2 washout and the baby is breathing at 70 breaths, you are dropping the set rate to 40, doesn't make any change. So be aware that in PTV, changing the rate is not really the option to adjust your ventilatory settings unless the baby is breathing lower than the set rate, in which case it's not PTV. And the weaning is done by decreasing the PIP in this case. If the baby is excessively tachypnic, you may try increasing the pressure. For example, you find out the reason why the baby is tachypnic and you make the adjustment. But if you can't make it, don't hesitate to switch the mode. As long as you're aware of the different modes and the benefits and negatives of each mode, you don't need to hesitate too much. Even to switch off volume guarantee, if there is an excessive leak, it's not wrong to switch off, even though volume guarantee is shown as a better mode. Dr. Dharani will discuss this afternoon. So you should be flexible in your approach. You understand the basic modes, you understand the negatives, but don't be dogmatic that I will only do this. So for example, you start with PTV with VG, and I told you about the delta P, how much tidal volume will you go high? Suppose you've already set 6 liters, 6 ml per kilo tidal volume. You can go to 7, maybe that will solve the problem, but an equally easier and more comfortable option is to switch to SIMV with PS. So the baby will tolerate, you know that this amount of pressure is likely to be needed. You can accommodate for that. So this is diagrammatic representation. So we have the baby's trigger, but every breath that is triggered is supported. So you can see the small flow change, and every breath is supported with the full pressure. So the scalar, the pressure scalar is going to show you that each pressure is the same as what you have set. So that's consistent delivery for each breath that the baby takes. And this is the backup pressure if the baby doesn't breathe. So in SIMV, it is developed as a result of problem with high respiratory rate and with the PTV, and it delivers a preset pressure and rate while allowing the baby to breathe spontaneously. So the breaths that the baby takes in between the set rate is supported by the baby's own effort. We will discuss PS next, but in the non-PS modes, it only supports the baby's effort limited level. It doesn't support. And each ventilator breath is delivered in synchrony with the patient's breath. So it has a set time gap. Within this time, if it picks up the baby's breath, it gives. If the baby doesn't breathe in that, say, 100 milliseconds, you will get a slightly longer pause and the ventilator will give the breath at that time. So the ventilator tries to wait for the baby's breath for a certain time, allowed by the inspiratory time that you keep, the rate you keep. And the work of breathing and respiratory muscle fatigue increases with the low parameter SIMV. So if you are weaning the rate on SIMV to say 20 or 25, in a small baby, the ET tube resistance is very high. So the baby will get tired, and that is not going to be favorable. Some atelectasis may happen. The baby's physical fatigue, when you extubate, the baby may not be coping with it because they're already tired. So that's the reason that when we go for this, we try to go for PS in addition. So this is the diagrammatic illustration. So you have the ventilator breath coming with the in synchrony with the baby's breath, then it's waiting, and the second breath is coming according to that. But in between, the baby's breath is not supported by the machine, so you're not getting the ventilator pressure. So that's the difference between SIMV and SIPPV. And in pressure support ventilation, this is assist control, but it is flow cycled. And the expiration is also synchronized in flow cycling, and you can set this level where the flow termination happens. It's called the termination sensitivity. So most of us keep at 15 to 30%. So the rise time can be adjusted as well. and both the inspiratory and expiratory times are regulated by the baby. And the full pressure support, I found it difficult with the respiratory rate fluctuating a lot. So I prefer to use SIMV with pressure support. So when you use SIMV with pressure support, you can reduce the setting, the support level for the pressure support. Suppose your SIMV pressure is 20 and your pressure support on PS is only 10 or 12. The ventilator is going to support the 30 or 40 breaths you keep for SIMV with this pressure of 20. And unlike PTV, where every breath will receive this pressure of 20, here the remaining 20 breaths or 25 breaths that the baby takes will be supported only with the pressure of 12. So you're limiting that injury. You can also use volume guarantee. And you're also trying to allow the baby to regulate the inspiratory time for the spontaneous breaths. The SIMV breaths will still work with your I time that you've set. So if you have set an I time of 0.3, the SIMV breaths will get the 0.3, but the PS breaths will get the pressure support ventilation. So the respiratory rate and the expiratory time, everything is regulated by the baby for the PS. And you can safely use this mode to wean the ventilation if you use the PS of 10 to 12. If you keep too low a PS, below 8, we don't go, because you want at least 3 or 4 more than the PEEP. So if you keep a pressure support of 10 or so, you can wean the SIMV to fairly low rates and extubate the baby from that. So the tiring out or the atelective trauma from the lung closing doesn't happen with this.